let's actually continue. Time's limited. So before we continue, anyone have questions, thoughts, comments, ideas on something they're working on? By the way, I recommend keeping it somewhere handy. Weapons carry chi, so if you practice a lot of martial arts, like you're really hitting something, they can have a certain sort of chi. So I don't recommend leaving them sit around on the couch, and that's for other people be grabbing them and touching them and their chi and everything else. But if you can keep it somewhere handy, right, somewhere you can put it behind, next to the door, behind the cover, something where you can get a hold of it easily, and even just turning, messing around with it. You go outside for a walk, I'll take my stick. Even doing this, you're getting more used to the weight, practicing different dynamics. So let's actually start just handling the stick, just turning from one side. This is sort of the basic movement when it comes to the basic Taiji movement is like a ward off and a rollback. This is sort of both over the top, throwing it over, and pulling it out from underneath. Sort of a dual action. Can you do it with your elbows locked in place? If you lock your elbows to the side and just turn. There was some beeping. So this. And then can you do that faster? At some point to get this speed, my hands are basically just flat. It's just sliding back and forth between the hands. And you can try to get your hands all the way out to the edges. Then make sure you have space, don't hit any of your computer equipment. Do some going horizontally as well. And then next, if you put it over your shoulder, same thing, make sure that you have space to the center, And remember, then the more advanced one is sliding. Slide, catch, reach up higher, sliding down to catch. You create an extra dynamic slide, catch. This, by the way, if you feel your wrist should be relaxed. So you should be able to allow your wrist to turn and pivot. If you sit in front of a computer, use a mouse, a laptop all day, this should allow you to open your wrists. Let's actually do the form, and then we'll come back and talk about some specifics. I have not practiced this form inside this space before, so this will sort of be a first time. This direction. Maybe change. So stance, block, recoil, flip, smash, waba, step down, block, drill, tip back, over the top, turn, 2, 3, waba, fold into the elbow, reach up, turn, waba, scoop, cross, smash, waba, pop up, get back. Top out the second time. Hit that. Flip into the elbow. And then from here, za. Slide. Za. 2. Waba to your right pocket. Long block. Fast block. Step. Clear. Okay, well you remember it. Let's actually just do that one more time. Sorry if I'm changing directions. You may change as you need. This one actually could be cool to be done in a circle. The iron fan kind of works in a very small, some Bagua practices have a very small circle. So iron fan kind of could work in that situation. Let's go again. Ready stance, or from salute ready. This is like a 45-degree horizontal vertical block. Waba. Stick. From this smash, your right hand wabas up closer to the handle, stepping forward. Release your left hand, stepping back. Stick up and look at your heel, then drop backwards. Sliding through your left hand waba drill. Stand on your left foot, plant your right foot, hit. It's like a spiral. Hitting down, step back, hip up, step forward. Shift my stick slightly so that it's along the 45. Turn. Waba. To the elbow. So flip up this way. And from here, my right foot is forward. So I'm going to take my left hand and left foot, reach forward and step. And then turn the stick all the way over. Open my right foot. Reach my left hand forward. Back. Step. Step. Waba with my left hand. Left hit up to the corner. Turning my body. See my left foot is free. Pivot. And now stepping with my right foot. Fold into the elbow. Stick. Waba. Just like the first section, like a pry bar turning. Waba to the right hip. Block left. Step. Waba, close the grip. Right block. Step. Waba. You're still ready.
Is there a preference?
Yes, and it depends on what you're doing and how much power and the distance that you like to make. There's no correct setting for the hands for smash, but let's say the widest setting is the hands can be almost at the end of the stick, and we use the middle part of the smash as the exercise. So if I want to block something, right, if I'm doing a smash in this direction, right here, I may use that same technique to block. See how wide my hands are? Halfway through the smash, right, is when I'm here, as I go to throw this, I can use this shape as a block. But this form is more about the hand tricks, right? What happens, the flick of the wrist, so to speak, to here. And where that determines the kind of hit. This one, if I stop short here and my hands don't connect, it's more of like a panel hitting, right? If you try it a few times, right? If you test allowing a couple of fist space between your fists, you get like a falling panel. But if I want to create like a whip, I can bring my hands all the way together, right? And we get this kind of thing. Now, one thing we want to be sure of is we don't want to lose control of the weapon. So when we throw this, we don't want the weapon to be bouncing. In the form, to be correct, we want this to be level and about knee height so that our hands are here, right? We don't want it to be up this way, and we don't want it to be down, and we never want it to touch the ground unless that's our intent. We can cultivate some kind of kung fu where we bounce the stick off items in the ground and catch it and do all types of acrobatics. That's great. So to answer your question, even on a full down hit, this one, wider hit, is more like a panel collapsing. And the smaller hit, bringing the hands together, is more like the tail end of a whip that's hitting, right? If that makes sense. And then we can use the halfway as a block. And if the block succeeds, maybe finish the movement, right? Actually haven't. Make sense? Yeah, very clear. Okay, cool.
We gotta go, but I will join you at 8 o'clock next Saturday.
Okay, cool. That works. Great. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah, same for me. I
Okay.
go to the dojo.
That's actually great. It works for me. So we got a chance to review some stick. That's awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I'll change my calendar to 8 also.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, it's my classes are pretty chill. Just roll in anytime you want. Cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll have more time to work on stuff since we're doing less classes during the week.
Cool.
And Charlotte, you got my number? You saw you see my message?
Yeah, 818-395-4211. Today?
Yeah. Dojo till
Okay. Point that until 4:30, but we'll figure out sometime this weekend and I'll drop them off for you. But,
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
thanks, Brian.